So I am now in a situation, it's like right around 10:40 p.m. on Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. And I've just had to leave 5 voicemails for my landlord in the last 28 to 30 hours since Monday afternoon at around 5:30 p.m. due to the landlord's refusal to address the behavioral psychoses of a psychopath that they choose to house in this building. Psychopaths are very dangerous people. First of all, they're very manipulative and misleading, and they seem normal on the surface. So to stupid people, a psychopath seems perfectly normal. Most of the time, they're pretty engaging and speak and act just like everybody else. One of the most famous psychopaths is a serial killer named Ted Bundy. And Ted Bundy was actually an attorney. Ted Bundy went to college and he went to law school. He got into law school, which means he had to interview, probably not just interview at one law school, but several law school. And he had everybody fooled. Ted Bundy raped and killed dozens of women. He was one of the most notorious serial killers of the 70s and 80s. And he was finally caught after he raped and murdered a 12-year-old. And he was executed, rightfully so. People who don't think that psychopaths are evil are clearly not the victims of a psychopath. They are clearly not the targets of a psychopath. Anyone who has ever been the target of a psychopath knows that they are extremely dangerous and, yes, evil. They do whatever they can to hurt people. That is evil, because people don't want to have anything to do with the psychopath and simply happen to cross paths with them. And that's when you're in trouble. When a psychopath sets their sights on you, you better watch out, because what they do next is not nice. And that is exactly what I was told about Jasmine Irizarry, the psychopath who the Greenville Group has been housing in the unit directly behind my bathroom, Unit 78, between 2013 and 2022, when Mr. Eliseyev, the property manager, informed me that that Irizarry no longer lived in Unit 78, but that she continued to be housed in this building. If Irizarry continues to be housed in this building, then you bet she can have access to the bathroom of her former unit, which is where she seems to be spending a lot of time these days, engaging in the same exact pattern of aggressive, disruptive, harmful behavior against the wall behind my toilet, as she did during the 9 years she was verifiably and officially housed in Unit 78. The Greenville Group's refusal to address Irizarry's behavior constitutes a violation of the lease. It constitutes a breach of the clause of habitability, which is independent of the lease. This is a legal requirement that every landlord has to provide a safe, private, and functional living space for all of their tenants. And when they don't, you can take them to court. So right now, the Greenville Group is completely failing to provide a safe, functional, and private living space in my unit. And they are permitting this psychopath to engage in all kinds of aggressive, disruptive, harmful behaviors that I've been reporting to them that she's been doing for years and years and years. The fact that they steadfastly refuse to do anything about her behavior strongly suggests and almost proves that they are using her services, her, apparent cybercrime abilities. What they've told me is her expertise in surveillance and obviously her talent at picking locks to their advantage. The Greenville Group are not an above board, law-abiding group. They're extremely crooked. The city of Boston has filed multiple lawsuits against the Greenville Group over the last few years for code violations in my apartment alone, because they are criminally negligent and they refuse to make repairs even when they're expected and forced to do so by inspectional services. And their excuse as to why they don't make repairs in this unit and why they have failed to make repairs as required by the inspectional services over the last few years, they say, oh, we never got the citation. We didn't know. Really? That's a flat out blatant lie. Anybody who has anything to do with the Greenville Group is just as crooked as they are. So now what I have to do, because I cannot use this living space in a safe, healthy, and private manner when I need to and as I need to, without encountering a lot of physical aggression, including what is happening right now with the smoke and the fumes and the remote tasering, also known as the use of a directed energy weapon. I have to file a restraining order against my landlord. Can you do that? Absolutely. When your landlord engages in negligent behavior or creates situations or circumstances in your apartment that are dangerous or hazardous, for instance, failing to make repairs, then you have the right to file a restraining order against your landlord. I'm also going to file a restraining order against the psychopath herself, because she appears to be perfectly functional when she writes messages and stuff like that. I mean, she gives the impression of being perfectly normal and functional. So I'm just going to go with the fact that she's presenting this facade of being perfectly normal and functional. And so if she is, then she should be able to appear in court and speak for herself. And right now, as I'm saying this, she is literally just going all out with the remote tasering. It feels like, it feels like a taser. It's pretty intense, and it makes you feel like you're literally being electronically shocked, which you are. I'm gonna have to pause this. I have this window wide open, and the smoke and the fumes coming from the bathroom of 78 are so intense, I literally have to hang my head out the window. Okay, guys, so if the smoke and fumes were actually coming from the unit below, which they're not, but if they were, then I would probably be able to smell them out here from the window below, and I can't smell anything out here. There's absolutely no smoke or fumes anywhere out here. This is clean, fresh air. So then really sickening, intense, overpowering smoke that is filling my entire living space right now from the bathroom of 78, where the psychopath, Irizarry, continues to engage in the same exact pattern of disruptive, aggressive, harmful behavior from behind the wall of my kitchen sink now, as she did during the 9 years that she officially and verifiably lived in that unit. Well, the smoke and fumes are not coming from anywhere other than the bathroom of 78, because right now there's absolutely no smoke or fumes at all, not even out here, not even with this generator running. The generator is not creating any kind of smoke or fumes. I'm actually smelling laundry detergent, because the laundry is right there. That's the laundry room with that window right there. That's the laundry room of the Greenville group. So I'm actually smelling something that smells like laundry detergent, but no smoke or fumes at all. Jesus Christ. As soon as I go back into here, it's like marijuana. It's like 10 people are smoking marijuana in here. I have to open the door to the hallway. There's no other way to ventilate the space, because keeping the window open is not helping. You know what? If you know anything about psychopaths, it's that they deliberately engage in harmful behavior because they're angry about something. When they feel that you have somehow done something bad to them, they literally try to kill you. And the intense amounts of marijuana smoke and these remote tasering episodes that go on for hours at a time, that literally make you feel like you're being electrocuted. It's the same sensation as sticking your finger in an electric socket, except it goes throughout your entire body. If you stick your finger in the electric socket, the shock goes through your finger, maybe part of your arm. This is your whole body, and she just did it to me right now. It literally takes your breath away. Jesus Christ. So even though this psychopath isn't actually trying to kill me with like a gun, what she's doing is extremely physically harmful, and the Greenville group is refusing to do anything about this. This is like the 5th video I've had to make today, including voicemails that I've left for the Greenville group's office, and they're flat out ignoring everything that I notify them of, and that itself is a violation of the law. By law, your landlord has 15 days to respond to any verbal or written notification that you provide to them regarding unsafe living conditions, breaches of habitation, violations of the lease, etc. And when your landlord fails to respond, then you have a lawsuit against them. I don't know if I should just hang my head out the window or go stand out in the hallway. I'll bet you $1 million there's absolutely no smoke or fumes in the hallway, because there never are. When the smoke and fumes are so intense that sticking my head right next to an open window doesn't do anything to get rid of the smoke and fumes. You see how wide this window is open? When the smoke and fumes are that intense coming from the bathroom of 78, then they're certainly not coming from the hallway, because you'd have to have a bonfire of marijuana in the hallway outside of my door to fill my entire living space with this much smoke. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I can't believe I have the window wide open and there's so much smoke and fumes in here I can barely talk. There are absolutely no smoke or fumes anywhere out here. It's clean, fresh air. There's absolutely no smoke or even any smell of marijuana anywhere out here, so it's coming from the bathroom of 78. Jesus Christ, that place it's haunted by the psychopath. So there's absolutely no smells of anything out here. It's just neutral air. There's nothing. So Greenville keeps telling me that the smell is coming from below or from the hallway. No, it's not. It's the bathroom of 78. You can't even smell anything here. And this is the wall of unit 78. I smell something over by this door right here. I can smell some marijuana from the door of 78, but it's not that strong. And nothing here, absolutely nothing here. But once you get in here, even with the window wide open, yeah. Gotta get out of here. This is deliberate. That is deliberate. And I think the Greenville group is somehow sponsoring this person. I mean, they're sponsoring her just by letting her live here and engage in this kind of behavior towards other tenants. There seems to be a lot of coming and going. That smoke just sticks in my throat. I have such a hard time breathing when there's smoke like that. Why would anybody smoke in a tiny bathroom? I mean, if somebody is legitimately living in Unit 78, wouldn't they be smoking in their living space and not in their bathroom that shares a wall with my kitchen sink and with my bathroom. So that entire area, all the way over by the windows, is most intensely filled with smoke right now. You don't smell any smoke here. There's no smoke here. The smoke is all the way over by the windows. But then when I stuck my head out the window, there was no smoke, because the smoke is not coming from outside or from below. It's coming from the bathroom of 78. And again, right now, there's no smoke or fumes anywhere in the hallway. It is standing here. I'm getting like a clean, fresh breeze, actually. But if I go over by the window, that's where all the marijuana and cigar smoke is accumulating, because that's where the psychopath is smoking it, in the bathroom of 78. And I've been reporting for 10 years that there's been somebody smoking in the bathroom of 78 and filling my entire bathroom and living space for 10 years now, with the same exact set of stink and fumes as she is generating and propagating into my living space and into my bathroom right now. And Greenville's refusal to address this issue is going to lead to a lawsuit, not just a restraining order, but a lawsuit. I have the right to file a lawsuit right now. And yeah, you can prove smoke and fumes, not just by the fact that my enjoyable evening has now been disrupted by having to keep that window wide open with a giant generator making all kinds of noise out on the street. And I've had to walk up and down the hallway to get fresh air and leave my comfortable bed, where I was actually happily watching one of my favorite shows for the last hour and a half. But also, you can purchase air quality monitors that are electronic and digital, and that record the amount of smoke and fumes in your air, right? And you can't lie about that. Those are digital measuring instruments that immediately measure the amount of pollutants in your living space, in the air of your living space. So once I purchase one of those, folks, it's all over. I've got proof on paper. So maybe they should stop, you know, maybe that psychopath should just go get a life and leave other people alone. Because obviously she's looking for attention. She's trying to disrupt my nice, peaceful, happy evening spent watching TV shows on my bed, because she's a pathological narcissist who needs to have, you know, people in her environment somehow. I don't know, right? I mean, how do you think like a psychopath? I can't. All I know is that psychopaths are pathological narcissists who try to hurt people who they feel have rejected them or done something bad to them in some way. So apparently, like, by ignoring her existence or talking about her, it's making her angry. I have the right to talk about her. She is disrupting my life to the point where I keep having to open the window a foot and a half, hang my head out the window for fresh air, get off my bed because I keep getting remote tasered while lying on it by her remote tasering device, also called a directed energy weapon, and go out into the hallway where none of this shit is happening. Once I go into the hallway, I don't get remote tasered. Once I go out into the hallway, there's no smoke or fumes. Everything is fine in the hallway. It's over in that corner and by my kitchen sink where the problem is persisting, right? It's funny because the Greenville Management Group, Oleg Eliseyev, specifically the property manager, said not to piss off Jasmine Irizarry, the psychopath. He said she is not a nice person. She's done some bad things. Don't piss her off. Well, how do you not piss off a psychopath? They're a psychopath, right? They're probably pissed off to begin with. That's why they do what they do. So I just tried to get some water, and I can't drink this water because it is intensely tacky and sticky. It has a really gritty, gluey feel to it. So now I have to go down the hall to the common bathroom because everything that this water comes into contact with becomes like sticky and gritty and tacky. Why is this water sticky? It feels like it has some type of a sediment or additive in it that literally sticks to surfaces like plastic. Now I have to go down the hall once again. And yeah, I mean, we've got just constant issues going on in this unit. You can also quantify bad tap water by just having it tested. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest in a panel of tests, right? Because I don't know what that sticky, gluey, gritty substance in the water is. And you spend a lot of money getting a panel of tests done for unknown substances. Then I'm going to charge the landlord for it because they're refusing to cooperate with my concerns about the quality and safety of the water from my kitchen tap. That does not extend to the taps in the bathrooms down the hall. And also with the remote tasering, or what is referred to commonly as a directed energy weapon, you can quantify that as well by purchasing an EMF meter. Those retail for about $300 on Amazon, and they measure for a variety of electromagnetic frequency output, including microwaves, radio waves, and other types of electromagnetic frequency wavelengths. And that is the best way of checking to see if you're being remote tasered, because the EMFs all around you would suddenly like go sky high, right? Your cell phone does not emit a lot of EMFs. Your cell phone does not emit enough EMFs to zap you the way that I've been getting literally zapped throughout the entire evening while just quietly lying here on my bed, happily watching one of my favorite shows. And then the psycho in 78 has been deliberately interrupting that by just going to town with her remote tasering. And I can't even be in that corner right now. I'm starting to wonder if there isn't like a tasering device under my bed or something, because it's always when I'm on my bed, but there's nothing in that corner. I don't have a TV. I don't have a router. I don't have a laptop. All I have is a small cell phone that does not emit a lot of EMF radiation. So, you know, whatever's happening, it's not from any of my devices, and it's been going on for years. And it always happens when I'm lying on my bed or using my toilet, which means it's activity specific and surveillance based.
Hello, you've reached the Greenville Real Estate Group. Our office hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Our office is currently closed. If this is an emergency, please press 1. Otherwise, press 2 to leave a voicemail for the front office. After the tone, please leave a detailed message with your name and number so we may get back to you when we return.
Hi there. It's right around 11:08 p.m. now on Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. I'm calling from Unit 89 for a sixth time in the last 30 hours to report the same exact set of aggressive, disruptive, harmful behaviors coming from the wall behind my kitchen sink, which is the bathroom of Unit 78, where Greenville verifiably housed a known psychopath, cybercriminal, and sex offender named Jasmine Irizarry between 2013 and 2022. And Mr. Oleg Liseyev confirmed to me a year ago in March of 2023 that Irizarry continues to be housed in this building, which means that Irizarry, given her talent for picking locks, is perfectly capable of accessing what Greenville tells me are the vacant premises of her former bathroom. Over the last few hours, I have been unable to relax or rest while lying on my bed due to the intense, nonstop cigar and marijuana smoke that Irizarry has been deliberately burning and propagating and filling my entire bathroom and living space with, to the point where I've had to open my window 1.5 feet and keep it wide open while trying to lie on my bed watching a favorite TV show. And there's a giant generator out on the street making all kinds of noise that is preventing me from being able to hear the TV show on my cell phone. At the same time, Irizarry has been using some type of remote capacity electronic assault device to electronically assault me while I've been lying on my bed for the last few hours, trying to quietly rest and enjoy watching a TV show on my phone. This is something that Irizarry has been doing since 2017. The use of this type of device predates the presence of other tenants in other surrounding units. So it is probably not these other tenants engaging in this behavior. And because the tasering continues to happen when I do only certain things in this unit, but not others, meaning it is activity specific, it is obviously the same person doing this, because starting in 2017, Irizarry, the psychopath in the bathroom of 78, started using her remote tasering device on me while I was using my toilet, lying on my bed, or showering. And she continues to use her remote tasering device on me while I use the toilet, shower, or lie on my bed. It's those three things that seem to get her all worked up and agitated, and then she uses her remote tasering device. This kind of device is actually called a directed energy weapon, and it is fairly commonly used. And according to multiple YouTube videos, you can make your own directed energy weapon using a metal cylinder and a few pieces of hardware that you can obtain at Home Depot or any hardware store. I have sent dozens of emails to the Greenville group over the last few months regarding Irizarry's ongoing and very harmful use of this remote tasering device that delivers sensations and symptoms identical to being tased. It is literally like you're having an electrical current running through your entire body. It is incredibly debilitating and painful, and it lasts for a few seconds at a time, and then it happens again a couple of minutes later, and then it happens again a couple of minutes later. This is physical assault. It is serious physical assault. And due to the Greenville Group's complete lack of response to the dozens of emails I've sent over the last few months and also over the last few weeks regarding this exact identical set of behaviors from Irizarry, the psychopath in 78, I will be filing a restraining order, not just against the Greenville Group, but against Irizarry herself. And I really don't care if she's criminally insane and can't present herself in court in a logical and normal manner. That is her problem, not mine. So you tell Irizarry she will never have anything to do with me, that she needs to stop engaging in all kinds of psychotic, harmful, attention-seeking behaviors behind the wall of my kitchen sink. Right now, the water is extremely tacky, gritty, and gluey, and I can't use it for drinking or ingestion. I now have to go down the hall to the common bathroom once again, and I can't lie on my bed because lying on my bed means getting remote tasered continuously every few minutes for hours at a time, and I have to keep my window open 1.5 feet due to Irizarry's nonstop propagation of intense amounts of cigar and marijuana fumes that come from nowhere else but the bathroom of 78. I was just in the hallway. There are absolutely no fumes or odors anywhere in the hallway. If you have any questions, you know my phone number. I'm calling from Unit 88 Unit 89 for the 6th time today, and the Greenville Group refuses to address these ongoing violations of the lease and violations of the contract of habitability, which is separate from the lease. Thank you. Okay, you know what? I was going to hold off on sending them another email about this, but because they refuse to address the issue, they're going to get another email. Really, they should know how harmful and disruptive this type of behavior is from the psychopath who they're obviously, employing. Obviously, she's working for them.